Welcome back to another episode of Georgia Sports Nation. I got some more Hawks content on the way for you guys today. We're going to be recapping the West Coast road trip. The Hawks fall 0-2, have now dropped 3 straight games as they return back to Atlanta for the longest homestand of the season, Friday night, tomorrow night, versus the Dallas Mavericks. They faced the Kings and the Warriors on the West Coast, and it was tale of two halves for different games. In the Kings game, excellent second half, terrible first half. In the Warriors game, opposite. Terrible second half, great first half. So we're going to be recapping in depth those games, as well as kind of talking about DeJounte Murray, because the rumors to him going to the Lakers are heating up. Now, Hawks fans and me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of a potential return package from the Lakers, but Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype reported that a Lakers deal with DeJounte Murray seems close. So we're going to be talking about that, the implications, what the return might be. We're going to be previewing tomorrow's game against the Magic, and then that should do it for this show. So without further ado, let's get into recapping this West Coast road trip. So the Hawks go to Sacramento. Bogdan Bogdanovic, chance for a revenge game. Kevin Huerter, chance for a revenge game against the Hawks. And neither one really did that well. But especially for the Kings, they do not have a lot of rim protection. Domantas Sabonis, as good of a player as he is, he's not really the greatest defender. So what I looked for in that game at the start was for the Hawks to really take advantage of that and get to the rim early. They were doing that. Jalen Johnson got to the rim a lot early. He didn't shoot well in this game, as we'll go through a bit earlier. But he got to the rim. DeJounte Murray was getting to the rim as well. But the Hawks just couldn't finish layups in that first half. And it was almost an all-time shooting performance that was terrible. The Hawks were shooting less than 30% from the field by halftime in this game. They only scored 40 points at halftime. 40 points through 24 minutes. And when you're missing Trae Young, your main offensive engine, yeah, that's going to hurt. But to only score 40 points when you still have DeJounte Murray as that lead guard, offensive weapons like Jalen Johnson, Bogdan Bogdanovic, that still should not be the case. But you got to give some credit to the Kings defense there as well. But the shot quality for the Hawks really wasn't that bad compared to the amount of shots they were missing. I thought they generated pretty good looks. They got to the rim. They couldn't finish. Jalen Johnson especially. And one thing that I wanted to particularly bring up about Jalen is the way he's blessed with athleticism. He can dunk it over anybody, but he's not going to be able to do that every single possession. People are going to learn to draw charges. They're going to learn how he jumps, going to get to the ball. He needs to develop that runner / floater, whatever you want to call that shot, right before the free throw line. And he's slowly been taking more of those. But in this game against the Kings, he just did not hit them. Jalen started 1 for 11 from the field in this game. He ended 4 of 18, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks. A team worst -24. One of those rare off games for Jalen Johnson so far this season against the Kings for sure. As we got Damon in the building for We Talk Hawks TV, what's good? But yeah, this game was not great if you're a Hawks fan, because Saddiq Bey, Jalen Johnson, DeJounte Murray, all of these guys really struggled from the field. At least at the start. Murray capped off a really good second half by ending with 35 points, 6 assists, 10 rebounds, 11 of 23 from the field, 6 of 10 from the three-point line, and 7 of 8 from the charity stripe. Now, what I really loved about this game the most from DeJounte Murray was how much he was getting to the rim, the pressure he was putting on the defense, as well as letting the 3-ball fly. 6 of 10 from deep for DeJounte. And I've said it before on this show, I think multiple times. What DeJounte Murray has done to fit into what Quinn Snyder, what the rest of the Hawks want to do, is been beyond my expectations. I didn't think DeJounte would be up there taking 6-7 threes a game. I really didn't see that. He's getting to the rim a little bit more than he probably wants to, but it's really helping the Hawks offense. And I love the fact that DeJounte's kind of letting it fly, and especially without Trae Young, he's going to want to have some good games. So this was a bright spot in an otherwise kind of grim game for the Hawks in Sacramento. one thing with the Kings, immediately the first thing that comes to my mind on the defensive end against Sacramento, Hawks got to get back on defense. De'Aaron Fox, one of the fastest guys in the league, especially with the ball in his hands. But the Hawks, I don't think they had bad transition defense against the Kings, really. Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, they didn't really hurt the Hawks. It was the others. Fox, if you look at his stat line, 5 of 16 from the field, 0 of 5 from deep. Sabonis, 4 of 10 from the field, only 14 points. Fox scored 12. But the rest of the team, Harrison Barnes in 2024, 32 points. As we got Ant joining us here. Ant, you saw that Kings game. What was some of your thoughts on it?
You just said it. I mean, it's just like always. I mean, it's never the top guys that beat us. It's always the others. I mean, how you can't explain it. I mean, because it's like we did great against the top 2 guys, and then the other guys we just allowed them to come through the door and bust it down. I mean, they would. They would dribble into the paint without, any. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Harrison having a 32-point game from Harrison Barnes in 2024 does not sound real. It really doesn't. But I want to pay attention to how he got that 32-point game, because some of it was from 3. Yeah, he was hitting some threes, so on, so be it. Right, he's a good 3-point shooter still. But the way he was getting to the rim early in this game really bothered me. Like you said, the Kings got a lot of buckets in the paint. And Saddiq Bey in particular, I thought this game, he was really rough defensively. Barnes was dribbling right by him, getting in the lane for some easy paint points. And that's not the recipe for winning, because when you've got a team that plays so well in transition like the Kings and how fast they get downhill, if you give them easy looks and give the 3-point shooters early looks, it's just not going to be a good night for you.
Yeah.
And the Hawks ended up only scoring 107 points in this game, even though they outscored the Kings 67-65 in the second half. That kind of just shows you how bad the Hawks offense was from a first half perspective. Throughout the first 20 minutes of this game, and the Hawks were on record to set a new record for the lowest field goal percentage in a game in modern NBA history. That game, that number is 23%. They were at 22 midway through the second quarter.
Yeah. I mean, we couldn't hear anything. I mean, it was like a lid was on the rim. I mean, and that's not even just talking about shooting. Even trying to go up for layups. I mean, it was just rim out.
Yeah, the layups are a big thing I touched on at the beginning. Yeah, Jalen Johnson especially missing a lot of those easy shots in the paint that you normally see him make. Bogdan Bogdanovic. Nobody shot over 50% from the floor today except for Garrison Matthews and Onyeka Okongwu in this game.
Wow.
That is not gonna cut it. But I think the biggest thing that I noticed in these 2 games, particularly in this one, without Trae Young, you're seeing the offense have to work so much harder to generate just clear open looks. Clint Capella has not had he was okay against the Warriors last night, but against this Kings game, in the Kings game, 11 and 12, yeah. Now on the stat sheet that can look good, but you could tell on offense, I just feel like he looked lost out there, and Jalen as well without Trae. Because Trae and Jalen play so well on the short roll. Capella relies on Trae to get those lobs, to get those easy points in the paint. But with DeJounte Murray, he really can't find. He doesn't have the same vision as Trae and can't find Jalen and Capella in their spots as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can even see because it was affecting CC because he was missing layups even after he got offensive rebounds. Like it's funny. Like he never does that.
Well, he misses layups. Capella misses layups.
He does, but it's it's become more of a habit this year. I put it like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, Demond says you can't win with Garrison Matthews getting minutes. I mean, hey, ideally, I don't think the Hawks want to play Garrison Matthews, but this man is shooting 48% from three for the year. So, like, I mean, even in this game from downtown, he was 3 of 5. So he did his job, I guess, but he's so rough defensively that like he's on the court to do two things: shoot. Second thing, take charges. And he does both of those things well. But every single other stat or everything you want MLS to do, you won't. He's not going to be on the court that much, or you would hope he's not. Prove It says they trade to Denver. Wait, I don't understand this. Why would Denver be looking to get Trae Young? You gotta explain that one a little bit more, Prove It. I don't understand that one at all, actually.
Yeah, you gotta help me out on that one. Demond, you stop it. You stop being messy.
But yeah, this whole both West Coast road trips were just so weak. Both West Coast games, in the road trip, were just so wacky because they were complete opposites of each other. Great second half, bad first half. Great first half, bad second half. It was the same thing, but just for different quarters. Sorry. Let's talk about Bogdanovic for a little bit because he's been thrust into the starting role with Trae Young in the concussion protocol. He probably hasn't performed up to the standards that we're normally seeing out of Bogey. What are you looking for him to kind of get going into that more of a easy 6th man of the year type of conversation he was about a month ago?
Well, I want to see him kind of facilitate a little bit because he has been known to be a playmaker. But I don't want him to start because his shot is not falling. Don't start second guessing yourself. Just keep shooting, and then play within the offense. That's all I want from you. Don't start. I want you to keep looking for your shot, but you have to make it. Within the confines of the offense. Don't start. Like doing anything drastic. That's all I want you to do.
Actually, yeah, Bogey and Bogey is available. Everybody on this roster is available for trade besides Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. That is what the Hawks have come out and said they've been fielding calls on everybody else. So until I've heard or I've seen reported otherwise, I'm assuming everybody is going to be up on the trade block. There's probably certain tiers to that. So, for example, you got like Murray, Hunter, and Capella probably up here as like the top 3 guys that are most likely to be traded. Then you got your second tier guys, maybe a Bogey and a Kongwu, Buffkin. Even though they've kind of said he's untouchable, kind of not. And then in the bottom tier, least likely, I'd actually put Buffkin in the least likely to get traded category, just because of how much the front office has kind of said about Buffkin and how much they value him. But yeah, so everybody's available. So this roster in 2.5 weeks' time, because we're 2.5 weeks away from February 8th, the trade deadline, this roster could look very different. I'm really anxious to see what they're going to do because, in my opinion, they cannot stand pat. If Landry Fields in the front office just does nothing this trade deadline, I think they're going to get a lot of bashing from a lot of people, including myself, because you can't go 2 or 3 deadlines in a row just doing nothing. We've seen that has not worked.
Yeah, they can't stand pat. I'm sorry. That's unacceptable.
Are you in the? I'll put the link in the chat right here. Hold on. Let me put the link in chat. I thought I already put it in there at the beginning. My bad. Right. It should have gone to all 3 of the destinations. But you should be able to come on now. But I wanted to discuss one more thing about this Kings game. Domantas Sabonis, 21 rebounds. And the Hawks are top 10 in rebounding as a total number. Okay. But if you just look at defensive rebounding, the Hawks are bottom 10 in the league. One thing, I think a lot of that has to do with Clint Capella. A lot of his tips up across the board, they'll count as offensive rebounds, even though, he's not really catching the ball. But how do you think that number, there could be such a drastic difference between defensive rebounding and just the total amount of rebounds this team grabs on a daily basis?
I think it's more. It's like you just said. Just look at the surface. Yeah, it looks nice, all together as a rebound. But when you dive deeper into the numbers, you could tell that number is flawed. Like we are not a good rebounding team. Period. I mean, because especially like on the offensive, we are pretty. CC is good at doing that, but I've seen too many times where on the defensive end we will give up these long rebounds, and we'll have somebody standing right there, like right in the vicinity of it, and just look at it. Look at it. I'm like, man, come on, what are y'all doing?
That happened in the Warriors game last night. I mean, there was a possession. I think it was in the first quarter. Steph Curry got a long rebound, goes back in transition, and nobody stops the ball. Nobody's just standing there looking at him. Murray just, I don't know. Nobody just stopped the ball, and that's like one of the biggest things to do on a fast break. It's just one of those. That's one of those plays where I'm just going to remember for the rest of the season. Like, how does that happen? What do you think
about? Who put it up there? Me and Foot was talking about that play last night when it happened. I was watching the Warriors telecast, so I couldn't see. They didn't show the whole court, right? So I was telling Foot, I said, somebody had to be standing in that corner. I said, because I don't understand why Murray didn't even attempt to stop the ball. But this morning, Kevin Chouinard posted it, right? That same play, he was basically clowning. And he posted the play. Now look, so somebody was in the corner. So that's why DJ didn't stop the ball, because he didn't want to give up the three. Now, I don't know if that's what Quinn want them to do, but then I'm reading the comments under the post what Kevin Chouinard had did, and people were saying Jalen Johnson was out of position. Because I was looking, because if you look, Jalen tried to recover back on the ball. After Steph scores, Jalen and Murray like looking at each other and pointing. You know what I'm thinking? Like, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, bro, these are professional basketball players. And everybody knows from rec league on up, if you don't do nothing, you stop the ball.
Yep.
And for nobody to even attempt to stop the ball, it just blows my mind. And the only reason, Mikey and Ant, I didn't really blow up on it is because now I'm at the point to where I don't even know what Quinn telling these guys. I don't know how he's telling them to defend, what to do in transition. Do they have certain instructions? So now I'm at the point to where, because it's been happening all year now.
Yeah, it's not surprising anymore.
The only difference is I'm surprised we had people back on defense. Usually somebody throwing a football pass, and we had one dude jumping, missing, and they laying it up.
All right. I think I did find the screenshot.
I mean, like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Kevin Chouinard got to post it. It's
there we go.
Hilarious, man. Like,
I took it from Kevin Chouinard's tweet right here, but I screenshotted at the point where Steph Curry is crossing half court. So at this point, the players on defense, they should be talking to say who's going to guard ball.
Right.
I think you can see. I think that's Jalen.
Yes, that is.
I think that's Jalen to the right of Bogey, saying he's got his arm out, pointing. I think he's pointing to Bogey to stop ball, because unless
Mhm.
Jalen's supposed to switch on to Curry. But DeJounte's on Wiggins. You got Sadiq Bey guarding Dario Saric, who's still behind half court. But you got Jalen and Bogey. Bogey has his back turned to the defense, and Jalen's guarding Clay. But I think Jalen's telling Bogey to switch on to Curry. If that's
Right.
the case, Bogey probably either didn't hear Jalen or just thought it was a bad idea, and then Steph gets a layup after that. But that's the only thing that I can see.
Or what if somebody told him, Quinn or somebody on the coaching staff said, hey, you guard Curry, meaning Bogey, right? So maybe Bogey, because Bogey ends up running over there to Curry, which don't make no sense to me. But then, I could see it going both ways, right? If you're Jalen, you're already facing the ball.
Exactly.
It would be easier for you to say, Bogey, follow Curry. I mean, follow who is that?
That's Clay.
That's Clay. Yeah.
It'd be easier for Jalen to tell Bogey to follow Clay.
Yeah.
Because Jalen's already facing the ball. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. In my
Clay finishes, and that's what ends up happening because Bogey runs over there to Clay, and Jalen tries to recover, but it's too late. He tries to get over there and stop the ball, and it's just like, and I hate this. I ain't gonna say I hate because I said it before. We just not that smart, bro. We don't.
In my eyes, that's got to be Jalen's man right there. You got to switch there. You can't expect Bogey when he's facing Clay to turn around in an instant, get set in your defensive stance, and guard one of the shiftiest and best shooters of all time. Like
Right.
That's got to be Jalen right there.
And if I remember correctly, Mike, if you scroll down on the Kevin Chenard, somebody pointed that out about Jalen. I didn't really read the whole thing.
Let's see. I'm going to go into the replies right here.
It
was Joseph Engel said, I feel like Jalen has to find a way to use his length and athleticism more on the defensive end. He's got to do more than this. And then it was just like an embarrassing habits comment. But I looked through. Jalen tells Bogey to switch, but it doesn't make any sense because Jalen should just inherently know to switch on to Curry there. So that's just
right. Just being able to see, location, body position. Oh, it's easier for me to get over there because I'm already facing the ball. Bogey is running. I'm not gonna say full speed, but he's running because he's trying to get back. You know how hard it's gonna take for Bogey to turn around, and Curry's already coming.
He's already going to be backpedaling too.
So
and I think that this is where Jalen shows his youthfulness.
The best Bogey ends up doing, Mike, if he turns around, is going to get a block. It's going to be a block.
I don't think Bogey's blocking a three.
No, I mean a blocking foul.
Oh, a blocking foul. Yeah.
Because when he turn around with Curry coming, he's still going to be moving. It's nothing Bogey going to be able to do anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why it's easier for Jalen. You already facing the ball. Bogey, and that's one of those times, and obviously he's young, but as a vet, you probably do something like you'll tell him follow Clay, but you will probably push Bogey toward that direction of Clay while you go over there. Hey, get Clay. You just push him so he know while you run and try to stop the ball. But once again, like you said, that probably gonna come from some more maturity and more experience. But I'm gonna tell you a quick lesson Jalen learning. It's hard playing defense by yourself out there.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
He learning how when everybody else ain't defending. Because if you notice, he be ripping and running here, there, everywhere on the court. And I'm like, sooner or later, he gonna get tired of it. It's gonna come soon, though.
This team, we've said it so many times. The only above average defenders on this team are, Capella, if he's even still there yet, Okongwu, Jalen, and then Trent Forrest. I don't know. So
You know what? I ain't gonna lie, man. I already told you this.
And then Hunter, obviously, but he doesn't play.
I told you this a while back. I'm ready to see your boy up here. I think he's gonna be a mean defender.
They need to waive somebody to bring him up here, but I'd love to see it.
I mean, once we start let me be quiet because we ain't playing nobody young anyway. So my bad.
He's playing Jalen at least. At least he's starting Jalen. Imagine if Sadiq Bey was still starting over Jalen if this team was fully healthy.
I don't even know why he was starting in the first place, but it goes back to my theory. Quinn reminds me of some of these older coaches, man. He will ride with veterans. He will ride with them. That's the only thing I can see why he giving Matthew so many minutes.
Garrett,
That's over AJ. Because we're not winning.
I don't understand either.
We're not winning.
Yeah,
we're still giving up 120 some points with Trey, without AJ playing with. You might as well play him. So when he tells me stuff about defense, that's why I be laughing. Yeah, he's got to work on his defense. I be like, really? We giving up 120 some points tonight, man. Ain't nobody defending.
Nobody plays defense.
It's the funny thing is this team gives up the same amount of points with Trey on the court as without him.
This is an awful.
That's hilarious
team, bro. Like I never seen a team just put together. So, you know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I knew we wasn't gonna be a good defensive team.
I didn't think they were gonna be this bad.
I didn't think we was gonna be this awful.
Look, I think fully healthy. You've got Trey, DeJounte, DeAndre, Jalen, and Capella or Kongwu, whoever you want. It really doesn't matter to me. But I think that starting five, and by the numbers, small sample size because they haven't been healthy pretty much all season. Small sample size. They were high teens defensive rating. They were like 19 or 18 before Jalen went down. With this team's offense, that number is fine. That number could be fine. But the thing is, if as long as one of those good defenders on the wing, Dre or Jalen, as long as one of them goes out, all hell breaks loose, and it's
what just clicked in my head, Mikey. We got to be one of the only teams where we play 4-on-5 on both sides of the court. You ever thought about that? On the defensive side, on the defensive side, you got Trey where you 4-on-5. On the offensive side, with Clint Capella, you're 4-on-5. Did you see, Mikey? Remember last night they threw the ball in the Clint Capella?
He got bodied by Andrew Wiggins in the post. he just does. Capella doesn't have it, man. It's actually rough seeing. It's rough seeing. It's the defensive end. It's the defensive end for him that got worse. And I honestly, I don't think he's had two bad games here against the Kings and the Warriors defensively. I really don't. I mean, he held Sabonis in check. I mean, he held Looney in check, but Looney's not this great offensive player, anyways. But it's more on the offensive end because we know without Trey, I mentioned this before. I mean, you've seen in the Warriors game, there was not one lob thrown to Capella in these two games without Trey. At least once a game, if Trey's in there, Capella's getting a lob every time. At least one.
That show you two things. Murray's vision and passing ability, and I said this before, is nowhere near the level of Trey.
It's miles.
Wait,
what's that background noise somewhere?
Oh, and the other thing it tells you? Clint Capella is no good offensive, bro. He really is. What Matt used to call Murray baby. Gerber baby? Clint Capella is really like a Gerber. You really got to feed him. He can't do nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
One thing he does well offensively is he sets good screens, but you can find those guys.
$2 million.
But yeah, you're not for 20 exactly. Not for 20.
I can get a screen setter for $1 million. Not for no 22 million. He said good screen. Man, listen, man. This West Coast trip was awful. I was hoping we could pull something out. But
I thought we had a decent chance to beat the Kings because they're not a good defensive team. But the Hawks first half, and we'll get into the specifics of the Warriors game a little bit more after this. That Hawks first half against the Kings was one of the worst offensive halves of any team I've ever watched in my life. Damon, did you know I don't know if I told you this, halfway through the second quarter, the Hawks were on pace to shoot 22% from the field. That would have been an NBA record lowest field goal percentage in modern NBA history.
I'm starting to believe what some of them cats be saying in the space now. Like I'm starting to believe like they tricking these games off on purpose, man.
It's ridiculous.
I'm starting to believe that, like, because even though I'm watching the games, I'm talking to everybody and everybody in the chat. What's funny, what people was pointing out was that, and I think that was the the Kings game where Jalen ended up having like only 3 shots in the third.
Yeah, then, I think because at halftime he was like one. I think it was 2 for 13, or he was 1 for 11 in the first half. Jalen against the Kings.
But the fact that offensively he was freaking awful. But the fact that he was so aggressive with the shots, but then you come out in the third, and it seemed like Murray started taking more shots. I mean, he wasn't really cooking. And it's like they was like going back and forth. Okay, you aggressive, and then he just dialed off, and I'm just like, man, listen, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, Mikey. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's pretty much a this is a lost cause, man. It's a lost cause. The Hawks is not really helping us because at least if we was playing the young guys, we could be like, you know what? It's a wrap. We're trying to get these young dudes ready. We're not even playing the young guys. So, like, I really don't see what direction we are trying to go as an organization. Now, I know you got Murray on the trade block. You're looking for draft capital.
Ideally 2 firsts and a young starter. That's what they said.
Now, I will say this. I'll say, and you're rarely going to hear me say this, Mikey. I will give Landry some credit for setting a baseline. Hey, this is what I'm looking for. I mean, because that's what Danny Ainge and them do. And you either going to meet their asking price or you not. Yeah, I mean, now I can understand you setting the price and then you adjusting it a tad, right? But you end up getting a majority of what you're looking for. So I can give Landry credit for at least setting a standard. Hey, I'm looking for 2 firsts, a young guy. And I don't think that's unreasonable considering the different ways you can get a first round pick. You know, they could be lottery protected, and the young player. Yeah. So I mean, it's not like he's asking for 2 unprotected first round picks and a player. You know what I'm saying? And you know, because it's gonna show you
Antonio.
What'd he say?
Quinn winning money on the side with prize picks.
I told people they be on prize picks. How many times I've been said that on the show? I've been saying they be on prize picks, bro. They be on prize picks, man. But bro, what's that lineup he ran out there the other night, bro? I just couldn't believe it, man. At one point, I think it was Trent Forrest, Garrison Matthews. He had a whole bench unit out there. There was no Jalen. Was Jalen out there? I don't know, man. But it looked like he gave up, bro.
Yeah, I wish we would have seen Kobe Buffkin, especially in this stretch. He wasn't playing in the Kings game no matter what because he had just played back-to-back games. But against the Warriors, like last night, it would have helped so much because whenever DeJounte went off the floor in the Kings game, the offense was terrible. Now against the Warriors, DeJounte wasn't that great. I mean, he was okay. He was decent in that Warriors game. But one thing that I didn't really find good was in the first half, the offense for the Hawks was running really smoothly. I mean, Jalen was operating it really well around the mid post. I thought, you know, the shots that he was missing against the Kings in the lane, you know, that runner attacking the rim, he was making his layups against the Warriors. DeJounte he only took 6 shots in the first half, but then he took 9 in the third quarter. Ideally, I need DeJounte to be aggressive, especially when Trey is out. But I don't want him to say, okay, I didn't get anything in the first half. Let me call my entire number in the third quarter. And the Hawks offense, I think, kind of took a plummet there as a result.
I mean, listen. Did Quinn tell him something at halftime? Hey, we need you to be a bit more aggressive. That's the only reason I'm not really getting on Murray for stuff like that, because I don't know what Quinn be telling these dudes, man, because it's like night and day. The first and second half is night and day. It's like whatever worked for us in the first half, we start the third quarter and don't do it.
Yeah, right? Well, then it was the opposite against the Kings.
That's it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. But you know what else I was thinking, Mikey? What I was thinking, and what I would like to see was on a night when Trey is not playing, why not use DeJounte as a slasher, secondary ball handler, and let Jalen initiate the offense because he's a better passer. He has better vision. So why we don't use JJ as a point? Now, this is obviously when Trey is not playing. Use JJ as a point forward, right? Let Murray really play an off guard. Let him, JJ, bring the ball. Boom, boom, boom. You get it to DeJounte. Let him slash or get to a spot then. Because maybe that brings back, maybe the ball movement, the assists go up because you got the ball in the hands of a better playmaker and a better player in a play with better vision.
Well, you saw in the first half last night, the Hawks had 19 assists at halftime. That's a dang good number right there. 19 in one half. 53 is the NBA record.
You said it was 20.
Well, it was 19. I double check, but it's one assist less. But they ended the game with 30. And Jalen, and Tim and I said this on the Sports Ethos podcast last night. Tim thought they went away from Jalen initiating the offense in that second half, and obviously Murray taking 9 shots in a quarter in that third quarter is not ideal, but I think the reason they don't do that, what you're saying is, Devon, is I think Jalen's a great player. Like he's star potential, but I don't think you can make Jalen a point forward yet. I just don't think he's there yet. And DeJounte has already expressed his displeasure playing off the ball with Trey. He's more comfortable on the ball. So I think that Quinn is giving him or putting DeJounte in his most comfortable spots to give him the ball, even though like we see it's not working. I wonder if he's trying to appease DeJounte here. I don't know.
I want to have you Jalen
to me is just, you can't put him in a position to be a point forward yet. He's just not there, in my opinion.
Listen, one, put him there. We losing anyway, Mikey.
They're not trying to tank. They're not trying to tank the season.
We ain't tanking. We ain't tanking now. We trying to win, right?
Yeah.
And what he's doing now doesn't work. And like you said, we saw him do it already. Didn't he do it in the first half of the Kings game, or was the Warriors?
No, Jalen. Well, he wasn't being a point forward, but
he was bringing the ball down.
The ball was going through him. Yeah, it was against the Warriors in the first half.
All right, Mikey, take out the phrase "point forward," bro, and just say Jalen bring the ball down. Okay, which he does that already. He has better vision than Murray.
Yeah,
he's a better passer than Murray. He's taller than Murray, right? So now I understand Murray needs the ball. I understand Murray says he wants
the ball.
Yeah. Say he's comfortable on the ball, right? But I mean, as a coach, I would figure you explain to a player, listen, these are the pros and cons of if we do it this way compared to doing it this way. We've done it this way. These are the results. Let's try it this way for a while. Let's see what happens. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it flows. Let's see, does it help you? Does it not? Because what we doing right now, it ain't working. We've ran Murray at point guard how many times? It ain't the same.
I think Trey's missed 4 games. I think Trey's missed 4 games.
I like Murray, right? But bruh, his game is very predictable. You know exactly what he's going to do.
You know me. I've said it so many times.
You know exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna dribble that ball into the lane. He's gonna do 2 things. 1 or 2 things when he get there. Either snake through, or he gonna do that little behind the back where he always gotta look down at the basketball. Every time he go behind the back, he got to look at the ball, and he only do it in the lane. Like
that's so funny. Every single time.
It's predictable, man. So I'm like, if I'm the coach, I'm like, hey guys, we're gonna try something new tonight. We ain't winning anyway. Well, I ain't gonna tell them that part, but let's adapt. Let's try something new. Because right now, bro, I'm desperate right now, man.
So
I mean, we losing.
I'll ask you
without
this.
him.
I'll ask you this in terms of we can start a preview tomorrow's game. And you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah. So we've seen DeJounte and Jalen. Jalen had a good game against the Warriors, but we've seen them just not have the same chemistry and not work off each other as well as Trey and Jalen do.
I'll be right back, Mike.
Let's assume that Trey is out on Friday. He's questionable for the game.
I mean, what's the NBA protocol for concussion?
You just have to test out. There's no timeline. You just have to test out of the protocol. But all right, Damon, I'll ask you then. Let's assume that Trey does not play. He's questionable right now. What do you want to see from DeJounte and Jalen to kind of for them to feed off each other? Because DeJounte had a great game against the Kings, but Jalen had a horrible game. Jalen against the Warriors was great. DeJounte not so great. So what do you want to see from both of them?
This is what I be talking about. This is why I don't like when Quinn always takes Jalen Johnson out the same time as Trae Young come out. Because now Jalen and Murray really don't have no on-court chemistry like that. Because who's usually Murray playing with? He's usually not playing with he playing with Jalen Johnson in the first quarter for the first 4 minutes. Then they come out the game. Then he's playing 5 minutes. Then he's playing with the backups until around the 3-minute mark when he takes Murray out, bring Trey back in and Jalen. He don't have no chemistry with Jalen. So now they just basically, to me, what it looked like, they just playing like LA Fitness basketball. Like, okay, we don't have chemistry, but let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can make work. I'm gonna try to freestyle. It's like they freestyling together.
Yeah, freestyling.
They don't have no chemistry like Trey because Trey and Jalen always play together, right? So I mean, Friday, man, listen. One, Trey better play because this versus Dallas. So I know he want to come out there. But if he don't, I mean, at the end of the day, man, just don't get embarrassed at home, bro.
This is where we miss DeAndre Hunter so much because you for as much as people talk trash on DeAndre Hunter, look at Luka's numbers versus the Hawks. DeAndre Hunter does a damn good job.
Look at our record without him this year. We like 6-17.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you, like you can talk all you want about DeAndre Hunter, but he's important to this team. He is.
But I mean, he ain't available.
But he's not available. That's the biggest key.
We ain't got nothing that work.
Yeah, we are.
We ain't got nothing, man.
Raymond,
did you see Jake post? Was it Jake? I think it was Jake. In Snyder, is it in Snyder We Trust or the other Snyder guy?
Oh, David Lee. In Snyder We Trust is David Lee.
Did you see him post? I think I was talking to him, but he had posted what the Hawks was shooting on wide open threes.
Yeah. I saw that post. I don't remember the number, but I think it was 33%, and on open, not wide open. On open, it was 29.
Oh my God!
So wide open is classified as a defender away more than 6 feet away. Open is classified as defenders 3 feet away.
Wow.
When I saw that number, bro, I was like, "Oh my God, we can't do nothing. We can't defend. We supposed to be good. We can't even shoot the three. That's open threes, Mikey." I put a request. I said, "Hey, what's the numbers if you took Sadiq Bey out of it?"
Oh my gosh!
Hey, Sadiq Bey warmed up last night, though.
Yeah,
so.
that was nice to see. That was nice to see. I'm glad Sadiq had a good offensive night. But I asked Damon about it. I'll ask you the same question, Ant. What do you want to see from DeJounte and Jalen? Or something that you want, just the team in general, so that those guys can have a good game once in tandem if Trey does not play.
If Trey don't play, DeJounte, when you're dribbling in the lane, please don't turn the ball over. I'm begging you,
bro. He had.
Oh my God!
I don't know how he turned the ball over in the lane because he's looking right at it.
He had one, and then I'm sorry to cut you off here, Ant, but he had one turnover. I don't understand. I said this on the watch long. I remember he dribbled into 3 people because he just had to snake the pick and roll. He has to do it. And he dribbled into 3 people and turned the ball over. He could have just driven around the screen and stayed on that right side, but no, he had to cross over through the free throw line to the left side of the paint and turn the ball over.
Hey, shout out Southside. I'm with you, Southside. Trent Ford's get on my last nerve with that too, man.
Oh yeah, he's terrible offensively. Forrest,
he will dribble right to the basket and pass the ball.
You right there. You right there. Shoot the ball.
I'm like,
yeah. But my bad. I'm sorry. I went on.
Go ahead, man. Like, I'm glad you brought that up because I was about to attack on my TV when I seen that shit. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you see 2 extra defenders right there. Oh, I'm still dribbling. I'm like, come on, bro. You got to be. See, this is why mine always says we don't play with any IQ at all.
That's what it feels like, man.
The biggest thing for me, and I've said this a couple times as well. What DeJounte loves to do and what Jalen loves to do on the pick and roll, both of their biggest strengths counteract each other. Because you got Jalen on one hand over here who loves the short roll, doesn't like, he'll get lobs, but DeJounte doesn't throw lobs. So he's gonna want to get on that short roll and operate near the nail. But DeJounte goes to the nail with the ball and snakes the pick and roll. So that takes away the space that Jalen wants. So one of these guys, and this is what I said after the Kings game, or before it, one of these guys is going to have to say, okay, I know this is not necessarily my strength, but since you play so well in this area, I'm going to try and do this and see what we can do there. But these players, and this is forced to habit, they got to try and get out of their comfort zone, and especially without Trey. With Trey there, this all goes out the window, blah, blah, blah. But if Trey isn't there, Murray and Jalen, they've got to figure out a way to kind of develop that better chemistry on the offensive end together.
But it's hard to develop chemistry when you don't play with said player.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it's hard to get it, man. So that's why, because guess what? Good players, and that's why you hear people say they just remember back in the day, you'd be like, hey, get stars. Well, they don't go together. Well, stars have figured out how it works.
They'll just
because
work.
When you get those star players and they start practicing together, they start picking up on tendencies. Okay, I know this dude can't throw lobs. I know what he like to do. So I'm gonna do this because I know you like to do that. You know what I'm saying? But since they don't play together a lot, you know what I'm saying? And normally, and when they do, I mean, Trey is usually the guard, the point guard with the ball. So, I mean, listen, against Dallas, just don't get embarrassed. Okay, it's a home game. I mean, hell, shoot, we don't even know. Maybe Murray might be traded by then. Who knows? But probably they ain't gonna trade him. No, they ain't gonna trade him by then because we ain't got no players. How many players gonna be out, Mikey?
Well, Bruno might be out. Capella is questionable. Trey is questionable. You got Vit out.
Capella questionable.
Matthews out. Capella is questionable for this game.
What's wrong with this guy?
Capella, I think it was his Achilles. But yeah, man.
Sound like a checkout game to me.
It's not looking too great. As far as the injury report, I can
already tell I'm gonna be at the garage.
So Trey and Clint are both questionable, and then you've obviously got the guys who are already out are staying out.
This will be a good time, Mikey. This would be a good time to let Kobe get some run if Trey not playing. Was it Kevin Chenard? No, not Kevin Chenard. Jason Walker. He said he said on Twitter, he said it would be nice to see something to the, I'm a paraphrase, I can't remember, but he said something to the fact that and he had posted Kobe bucket numbers from the last game he played in the G League with him and Miles Norris, and he said it would be nice to see a future NBA wing playing than a fringe NBA wing that we currently have playing. Like, play this man. Like,
I want to see Buffkin.
We getting down to bare bones.
I don't get why they're not. But Darian asked, would it be better to trade Hunter for someone that can stay on the court? In my mind, and the Hawks, like I always say, everybody but Trey and Jalen are available, so they're looking to trade him.
You ain't getting nothing for him though.
If they give up Hunter, in my mind, they've got to look for at least a average defender, young defender. That's what
You're not getting off of Hunter right now, Mikey. He owed 3 more years at 20 plus, and he barely playing right now. Ain't nobody finna gamble on them knees right now. What I suggested, bring him off the bench. Because remember,
I don't think they'll trade Hunter. He's available, but I don't think they'll end up trading.
No, because let me tell you something. A guy like Hunter, what teams will do is they'll look at your team and be like, oh, y'all not using these dudes anyway.
Yeah.
They'll try to lowball you. That's what they'll try to do.
Yeah, they're trying to buy low.
Yeah, they're gonna try to buy low. What I suggest is this. Now, AJ, I don't know, because I don't know why Quinn not playing or got him in the B League. But with Hunter, you have to bring this guy off the bench. Okay. Do him just like we did Bogey. Remember when Bogey came here, he was a starter until he got the knee injury. And then they brought him off the bench because at first I thought they would just bring him off the bench because when he came back, he was on minutes restriction. And then they just kept bringing him off the bench. Why not?
And then they had to start him because Kevin Huerter was terrible off the bench. So they switched that and then they found something.
So why not bring Dre off the bench? Because one, you already invested this guy for the next 3 years.
That's facts, Frank. That is okay. That's facts.
You already invested in Dre Hunter for the next 3 years at 20+ million per.
Jeez.
So, and that's why I be telling you, Mikey, I don't like these contract extensions for no reason, especially with restricted free agents. But since we already stuck with them, bring them off the bench, okay? Get 20, 30 minutes, whatever. Well, I wouldn't do 30 minutes, right? Maybe if it was a big game, an important game, you would do a 30. But bring him off the bench, give him 20, 22-ish type minutes, defense, couple buckets, and try to see if you can extend his playing career, extend the games played per season. Because he's missed how many games now? About 15, 17 games in a row?
I don't know. It seems like a month, and it's supposed to be reevaluating in 2 weeks. But if Hunter's going to come back for a game, this is the game to do it because I want to preview the game a little bit here. Mention like some keys to the game. But for me, I don't know how the Hawks are gonna. I don't know how the Hawks can guard Trey and Luka. I mean not Trey and Luka. Luka and Kyrie. For me, and Kyrie didn't play the last game. He may be questionable. We'll see with a thumb sprain. But Jalen, in my eyes, is probably going to be on Luka if DeAndre doesn't play.
You don't have a choice.
You have to throw, but then you throw DeJounte on Kyrie. Jeez.
Yeah, you do that. You put DeJounte on Kyrie. If anything, you at least got length. And if no, you can't put Trey out there, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, you can't do that. But I'm gonna tell you what's about to happen. I'm gonna tell you how we gonna get screwed. They gonna do Jalen the same way they do Hunter.
Yeah.
When you got Jalen on a superstar player, I guarantee you he's gonna have 2 fouls in the first quarter. Guarantee it.
Yeah, you got a DeMont guarantee, like a Chuck guarantee.
If Jalen Johnson start on Luka, he gonna have 2 fouls in the first quarter. Clip this, Mikey. Clip this. That's how they. You ain't never know. That's how they do Hunter. That's how they do every time a Conwoo got a guard like an MB, 2 fouls. Hunter guard a wing, 2 fouls. Only if they're a star player though, not no regular guy, right? Yeah. But the problem is this: what is Trey gonna be doing out there?
I think he's probably going to be guarding. I mean, if they start him, it will depend. If Kyrie plays, Trey will probably guard Derrick Jones Jr. I think. Man, if they start him, Josh Green, if they start him as well.
Bro, if I'm Luka Doncic, bro, I'm running pick and roll. I'm trying to get that switch on Trey all day.
And if I'm the Hawks, if Trey plays, I'm trying to get that switch on Luka and Kyrie every time.
Bro,
both of them are terrible defenders. So I'm trying to get.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hawks, offensive key for me. You need to attack their backcourt. Sorry,
I ain't gonna lie. To attack. I'd rather go at Luka than Kyrie.
So would I.
Hey, I'm looking at Luka, man.
And what about you?
That Suns game, bro? Was that last night, Frank? That Suns game with Luka?
Yeah, when Devin Booker kind of went crazy.
Like he never, to me, and this not even a knock on like Luka,
Oh, damn.
he never looks like he in shape to me. I don't know what it is.
49-5 run is crazy.
49-5 run.
Yeah, that was last night. Wanted they was up like 16, and then next thing you know they were down like 25.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And what do you want to see from tomorrow? I'll be in the building, by the way. I'll be at the game.
Okay. Just show up on defense, please. That's all I ask.
Don't hold your
breath. That's a big ask right there.
You got a better chance in the lottery.
Jesus. I mean, because it's gonna be the race.
Go play the lottery. You got a better chance of getting that.
Oh, Jesus. I already know it's gonna be the race to 150. I already know this. But just show up on defense. That's all I ask.
Well, here's one thing about the Mavs. They don't play fast. They don't at all. So I think the Hawks, it'll be to their benefit to really speed this game up. We know Luka doesn't like to play fast. Though Kyrie does, but they play different paces. So if the Hawks can speed this game up, especially without Trey, the Mavs will shoot a lot of threes, just like Frank said right there. They're going to shoot a lot of threes, and they can score in a half court well. They can. But the Hawks, if Trey is missing, their half court offense is nowhere near its maximum potential. So they're going to need to get out and run. I think that's going to be to their advantage for sure.
No, we need to make some shots.
Yeah, that's
open shot.
There's nothing you can do about missing open shots.
But, I mean, when you shoot 33% on open, bro, like that's why I can't. Man, let me be quiet before I get upset, bro. Like,
don't do it, Demise.
Bro, like we awful in every aspect of the game, bro. You can't finish at the rim. We bad in open threes. We awful on defense. I don't even know how we got the wins we got, to be honest. I really don't. I don't see it, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, Mikey. Bro, we might have to start over, man. We're gonna have to take some L's on some trades, get off some of this money, bro. Probably gonna have to move, bro. We in a bad situation, man. Like, we really. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. We really need to develop internally right now. We really need to develop internally because right now, with the contracts that we currently have, even the stuff you get back from Murray really ain't gonna be no game-changing stuff. I mean, bro, if we trying to be championship, I ain't even talking championship. If we just trying
competitive next year, competitive.
Yeah, competitive. You have to play these. You got to play the Buffkins. Ain't nothing we can do about Moji because he injured. I don't even know why we signed Vic Crecky. We could have kept the Miles Norris kiddies, but
I mean, he's been hurt too.
Bro, he got hurt the first day he got here.
He got hurt the first He got hurt the first day he got back.
The first day he got here, he got hurt. Like, doing what? How was Bruno Fernando hurt? What? He don't even play. I couldn't believe he was out. I was like, bro, you played like a couple minutes. Bro, this is crazy, man. I would, bro, at the beginning of the season, I would have never thought we would be this awful.
I thought, and especially defensively, I thought we were going to be bad defensively. I didn't think we were going to be this bad, and I just didn't think this team would be this bad. Like, I didn't expect a huge jump from last year. Probably a like what we were 41-41 last year. I thought probably 47-48 wins, but geez, that's
listen. I saw that damn. I think I told y'all this. I saw that damn last preseason game against the Pelicans where they were showing out Trey, Murray, and Jalen. I was like, we going to the finals. Man, I can't believe I drunk that Kool-Aid, bro.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Ketchup. My bad. Yeah, Capella's questionable with the calf contusion. He was questionable with his Achilles soreness twice last week. So I thought it was the same injury. Yeah, my bad.
He need to be questionable with the fake rebounds he getting. I can't believe what I saw the other night when they threw him the ball last night, man. They threw him the ball and he couldn't score on
Wiggins.
I couldn't believe that.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
my.
Crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
Let me go on eBay and find me send this jersey to Foot. So I'm gonna get him a Clint jersey. I can't believe he's supporting this nonsense, man. Like,
double bumpers.
bruh, let me tell you something. When we get rid of Clint Capella, right, and he stay in the league, when he come back, they need to put that in the tribute video, bro. Welcome back, Clint Capella. The first they need. That's the first thing they need to show on that jumbotron. You couldn't even get it up to 6'10", and you couldn't even get it above the rim.
They'll probably show the shot he made from. How did he make this? The fadeaway shot from behind the backboard against the Bucks in the playoffs.
Bro,
You can't make.
I ain't even gonna lie, Mike. When I seen that go in, I was like, "Oh, we going to the finals."
Oh yeah,
because everything going our way. But man, listen. I know we ain't really gonna do shit this year, but please don't get embarrassed by the match.
That's all I am.
I didn't want to.
We're gonna hear that all day on all sports talk. Luka go for 50 and beat the Hawks by 40. Please don't get embarrassed, Hawks.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not even asking you to win the game now. I'm past that point. Just be competitive.
And then I didn't want to speak about this because there was a report last night written from Hoopsite, Mike Escato. He said that I'm paraphrasing, but it was all basically thought to be done that the Lakers will acquire DeJounte Murray. What the return package wasn't be there, or wasn't in there. But for me, when I saw this news as a Hawks fan, I'm not happy because the Lakers return package is not good. What it's going to be: Jalen Hood-Schifino, the 2029 pick, and you got a pick swap. And D'Angelo Russell. That just should not be the price for DeJounte Murray. But I don't know.
See, and that's why, Mike, I said I wish I was a fly on the wall so I could really see.
Yeah.
Like, what is the plan? Because then you can kind of, normally you can kind of figure out what your team is doing by the moves they making, the players they make. You can't even tell here because we're losing, but we're not even playing the young players. So you don't even know if we're developing. You don't know if we're trying to actually make a play-in. Like, it's wild. Like, I've never been in this situation to where you just don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, listen, I believe the owner doesn't want us to, like, lose like this because he knows them seats finna be empty like they was that night when he yelled at them cats. He know them. The only reason them seats gonna be crowded Friday is because Luka coming. Let's be real here. If this was the Charlotte Hornets, that place be empty.
Yeah,
that place be empty. This was the Charlotte Hornets coming to town, and I know he don't want to see that.
No, so I don't. He goes to pretty much every game. So
I don't know if he told them boys in the front office, like, I don't know what he told them. Fix it. Do what you got to do to get it right. I don't know what he told them, but I know he don't like seeing empty seats. So, I mean, listen, the return you're gonna get back on Murray is gonna be awful. To be honest, it's gonna be awful because at the end of the day, you can say Murray don't fit on the team, okay, but you gotta say this though, and I will give Landry credit for this one. Getting Murray on a 4-year, 120 deal,
huge.
That's an amazing contract.
Huge.
That's an amazing contract. So say when you move him to the Lakers set a point guard for the next 4 years.
Yep.
On decent money. So think about that. Think about when you move him to the Lakers. When LeBron leaves, right? When you still gonna have AD maybe 1-2 years. You still gonna have Murray there as your point guard on good money. They gonna add to that team, bro. That's the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
That's
People
the
want to play
Lakers.
for them. People want to play for them.
Huh?
People want to play for them.
Yeah, it's the. That's why I keep telling people like that. 2029 pick to me is not a big deal because I can't remember the last time the Lakers didn't have a superstar on their team. I mean, you got the drought where they end up drafting D'Lo, Ball, what's the Randall, right?
They drafted Ingram as well. Then
Ingram, which think about it, if they would have kept them another 2 years together, they still would have had all NBA players, right?
Yeah, but they got a chip anyways out of those guys, so
and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not high on the 2029 pick because the Lakers always gonna go find a star to get on that team. But another thing, what they already gonna have is a good point guard on good money, and that's what we giving up. You feel me? Now I was thinking, let me float this by you real quick, Mikey. What if you didn't get a deal that came close to what you was looking for? What? Give me, and I know this just off the top. You gonna have to say this off the top of your head. What pros and cons do you see if the Hawks just stand pat with Murray? Not saying we're keeping him for the next season, but say you stand pat because you didn't get what you want and you're looking to move him in the offseason. What pros and cons do you see if they went that route?
I think immediately. I think a con is we've seen the Hawks do similar to that for like the past 2 deadlines, and it's gotten nowhere. But a pro is you don't want to sell Murray low. So like, and if they truly want to rebuild for the future, it sounds like they do. If they truly want to do that, I think you should be more. I think you should be the priority. Should be moving Murray to allow Jalen and Buffkin and some of these guys that you truly feel like will believe in and be here long term to do it. So Landry is going to have to figure out a way to balance what he wants to do in the future and what Quinn wants to do for the future compared to what it's going to look like if he trades Murray for not his value. I honestly, that's a really like hard question to answer. Like,
yeah, I know because it's so many unknowns in the future.
Yeah,
like, you don't know what's going to be.
What about you? Yeah, what about you with this question?
Look, if we're trying to really rebuild, then start all over, start from scratch. Like, and if we have to hold on to him until the off season so we can get something more lucrative for us in the future, okay, then do that. But I just don't want to see us sabotage anything on both ends.
Yeah,
man, we in a bad position, bro. It's
like we stuck in quicksand.
I try to tell people, they try to tell me, no, we fine. I'm like, no, we're in a bad position, bro. Bad position.
I just don't. My biggest fear is I don't want this to turn into a JC situation where the team wants to move Murray, but you hold him here after the deadline, and then his value gets worse because they know the team doesn't want him.
Well, no, I think JC's value got worse because he was never worth $25 million a year in the first place.
Well,
I think that's what. Because think about it, if JC was getting paid $17 million, right? I think we can agree JC is worth 15 or 17 million.
Yeah. Oh,
if he was getting
we can agree with that, yeah.
That's an easy contract to move, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying with Murray, the reason I don't think Murray and JC is the same because Murray at 30 million next year is still a good deal. Look at the numbers he's putting up now. And as a number two, right? Look at those numbers. At 30 million. Van Fleet making 40 and ain't putting up numbers like that.
Yeah.
And you got him locked in for the next 4 years at 30. It's like 29 between 29 and 33-ish over the 4 years. That's an amazing. I'll be trying to tell people whoever get Murray, that's an amazing deal over the long term.
Well, whenever he signed that contract, I mean, you saw everybody just like even Matt we'll say that's a great contract, and giving Murray credit for signing it and everything. You know
And
how
now
he is with Murray.
it makes me wonder: was Murray really committed to the Hawks? Because he didn't have to sign that.
No,
I don't believe
more.
the rumor about they was gonna trade him to Toronto if he didn't sign the deal. Like, what's the difference? I'd have been like, well, trade me then. Like, the rumor of them threatening to trade him don't got nothing to do with his contract. He was coming up on a deal regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, you gonna trade me, and guess what? I'm gonna leave it free. You ain't finna get nothing for me anyway, right? So I never believed that rumor. I believe he signed that extension because I believe he thought he wanted to build something in Atlanta. Now,
I did too.
Obviously, for whatever reason, it ain't working. But it's gonna be sad because I just don't like the returns that I'm seeing. But I know we in a tough spot because with the Heat trading Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, they're out of the Murray sweepstakes. They're not looking for
Right, but what it does is the Hawks are losing leverage now because
they
now
are losing leverage, but
it's less teams involved, right? And like I said, if I'm the Lakers, I'd already been calling up Cal's agent. Hey man, how much you looking for that vet minimum? What's up? It's because if I'm the Lakers, I can get a. Now I'm gonna say it like this to try to spice it up. If I'm the Lakers, I'm like, hey, I can go get a championship point guard for the low and not give up no assets. I mean, he is a championship point guard.
Yeah, he is.
You see how I spiced that up, Mikey?
That was pretty good.
I go get me a championship level point guard and don't give up none of my assets, right? So the Hawks are losing leverage day by day, man. You know what I'm saying when it comes to Murray.
Yeah.
But I will respect if for some reason he don't move Murray, I wouldn't be upset. I would be like this. At least Landry stood on business because he set a price now. Unlike John Collins, we never knew what a price was for him. We heard rumors of what teams offered. We heard what stuff got denied. But with Murray, we know what the Hawks looking for right now. So if he don't get moved, we can sit there and say, well, they didn't meet his price. Now, go ahead, my bad.
I know. So we know the price that he said. Right. A young player, young promising player, and 2 firsts.
Right.
That New York. Now we know the Knicks don't want to trade Grimes to an Eastern Conference team, but let's say that goes down hypothetically. Do you give Landry credit for that deal if it happens?
I mean, yeah, I'll give him credit for it because
that is the price.
I'll give him credit for it because I mean, right now, when I can talk about the Hawks, right? Non-biased, unlike some people. When I take my Hawks fan glasses off, right, and I'm just looking at my team like I usually do when I'm by myself, right? We are in a bad position.
Yeah.
And the only way I can see us rebounding is, and I was telling my homeboy Harold this on Twitter. Me and him got a little chat going on. I was telling him this. The Hawks, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. The next couple of deals that we made, we're gonna be taking L's.
Oh yeah, most of them.
That's
why I don't think the Murray deal can be one.
The Murray deal, and Murray right now is our best asset. Maybe if Hunter wasn't hurt, that would have been a good asset to move. But then if he wasn't hurt, you probably wouldn't be moving him, right?
Well, I think they'd look to move him anyway.
But you know what I mean, though. If he's playing up to whatever the standard we thought he was going to be doing, Murray is our best asset. In order to get off some of this money, you're probably going to have to trade Murray, get an asset, get a young player. The young player, to be honest, I don't really care about the young player, to be honest, because I'm hoping you sliding Kobe Buffkin in there. Right? What's the point of getting Grimes? I don't care about Grimes at this point. What I care about now is who is going to be our starting 2 guard next season. That's who need to be playing. If it's going to be Kobe Buffkin, like people keep saying in the spaces and stuff, he need to be playing. I don't need Grimes to be playing over the guy.
Well, it would be. I imagine if that trade did go down, that Buffkin would still be getting 20+ minutes.
But you see where I'm going though with it.
I do. Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's not ridiculous to think that, like, at all.
Yeah, like I want the people who's gonna be my starters next year getting a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Because, like I said earlier, we got to develop internally. What you get for Murray back ain't gonna be nothing. Them 2 picks probably ain't gonna be worth a damn. Meaning they probably gonna be picked in the late 20s or be heavily protected. Okay. You reset that part with Murray. You get that back with Murray. You play Buffkin, right? You still stuck with Clint. And that's why I was saying in one of the spaces, Mikey, I said maybe Murray hasn't been moved yet, because maybe I was like, maybe Landry trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe he want to get 2 picks back. Yeah, maybe he want to get 2 picks back, right? So that way he could take one of them first-round picks, whatever the worst one is, attach that to Clint, so somebody would take Clint money off our hand, right? Because ain't nobody taking Clint for free. He owe another $22 million next year. You feel me?
That's
So
all
you
right,
have
bro.
to give up a pick to get off of Clint Capella. So maybe you get 2 picks back, use 1 to get off Clint. So that clears $22 million for next year, right? Your starting 2 guard should be Buffkin. So you ain't got to worry about, only person you should be worried about extending next year is Jalen Johnson. I mean, bruh, we gonna take L's, man. You gonna take L's. Hunter gonna have to come off the bench. AJ Griffin, you either gonna play him or because you ain't gonna get nothing for him on the market. Nothing. But low balls, you might well just keep them and try to develop them.
Yeah.
But that's why I was saying, I wonder if Quinn think AJ is just not a player for his team, for his system, for his style.
Yeah, I think he should. I think he should still be playing.
And what I read about Quinn don't just play players to showcase them. He don't do that.
I think, have I ever told y'all my thoughts on showcasing players, like showcasing for a trade? I don't know if I have, but I think it's actually like total BS. What? Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. The Portland Trailblazers right now are playing Malcolm Brogdon 30+ minutes a night. Do you really think that other GMs are thinking, oh, look at this, Malcolm Brogdon, I wonder who he is. Why is he getting 30+ minutes a night? This guy might be pretty good. I think I'll take a stab at him. No, they already know how good Malcolm Brogdon is.
Right.
Other GMs are not dumb. They're going to know if you're showcasing somebody. So in my mind, a showcase is just they don't exist. Like,
I tried to tell him that. I tried to tell him that in the space. I was like, so
it's
y'all
ridiculous.
telling me
It's actually ridiculous.
GMs ain't seen this dude play before. That's what y'all telling me.
Yeah,
you telling me who was telling me?
I agree with you.
Telling me they were showcasing Clint Capella. I was like, Capella been in the league 8 years. What are you talking about? They know what they get with Clint. You don't need a showcase for this guy.
Exactly.
Like, but we're gonna take some L's, Mikey. Like I was thinking about it, man. We're gonna have to take L's. I don't even with the picks you get back from Murray, that still wouldn't be enough to get another player in the offseason, like in a trade. Because then
the Hawks would have 4. The Hawks would have 4 first. I think that'd be enough.
It depends on what them first are, man. That's what I'm saying. True. It depends on what we wouldn't know. They are.
But we can't really surmise that because we have.
And then you need a star to be disgruntled.
Yeah.
To trade for that as well. So and then free agency, who's really available in free agency? Kawhi just re-signed with the Clippers. Hell, I heard the Pacers was trying to get in on Paul George. They trying to do a reunion with him. Guess what? That'd be
fun to see.
The Pacers finna max Siakam this all season.
Yeah.
They better.
They will. I think they already said that that's before they made the deal. They probably like, yeah, we gonna max you out. Because I think that's the only team he said he wasn't going to re-sign with, ironically. Everybody else, I'm not going to re-sign. I ain't going to re-sign. Yeah, they talked to him. Paulie Halliburton said, hey, I done talked to the folk. They said they're going to max you. All right, let's make it happen. So, I mean, we in a bad spot right now, man. And the only way out, the fastest way out of it is we need the development of Kobe Buffkin, right? And I'm gonna need, and Jalen Johnson gonna have to bring his game up a whole nother level next season. I mean, that's the only way, bro. Because you ain't gonna have access for a star. Hopefully, maybe the front office will spend a little bit of money and let's show up some little things. Maybe try to go after a DeLon Wright. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why they ain't trying to throw out AJ Griffin in there. Holler at Washington. Hey.
Well, they don't want to trade AJ for a rental role player.
But he got another year left in the deal. I thought he had a 2-year deal with Washington.
DeLon's a free agent this year. He signed a 2-year deal with Washington.
He need to be on our list then.
I hope so. I hope we can get DeLon back. But AJ, as much as other people like Hawks fans have thought that his value is lower, I already put the link in there. I already put the link in there, Larry. But we about to end in like 5 minutes.
This ain't my channel, Larry. This is Mikey channel. Make sure y'all sub Mikey channel, man.
Look, I already got the link in there. Larry, the link should be. I posted it in Damon's channel in the chat. But yeah, like I think he signed a 2-year deal. But AJ, for me, Hawks fans might think he's a lower value. But regardless of what you think about AJ, he's a 20-year-old on a rookie deal who already has a sample size of good NBA production.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I don't know why he doesn't see it.
That sound, Mikey, all that sound good, man. But you know what fans gonna say?
Other GMs though. You know what GMs know that.
You know what they gonna say, Mike? But you know what GMs probably saying? Same thing we saying? Wasn't that the same guy in the rookie thing last year? Yeah, Mr. Jones. That's why the Hawks not playing him? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I really don't.
Like, that is crazy. But that don't help your value either. Because, Mikey, if we trading for, if we opposite GM, I mean, if me and you are GMs on the same team and we looking at AJ, best believe we going in there with a low ball offer, Mikey. Come on now. A dude that's not playing, we really going in there with a first round pick to try to get this guy, Mikey? Come on now. You feel me, Ant?
Hell yeah.
We ain't finna go in there, man. I give you a first round pick. But like, this dude ain't even playing, man. I got a couple second rounds for you. What's up? You ain't playing them. You ain't using them. What's up? But I'm gonna tell you right now, man. We in a bad spot, bro. We in an awful position, man. Awful. We are this freaking Murray trade, man. Damn.
Oh, I don't think I can post the link because I don't think it's allowing me to post the link in your channel.
Huh?
I don't think it allows me to post the link in your channel chat. That's why.
Oh, so he can't even see it.
I don't think he can. I think that's the reason he can't see it.
What? Hold on, I'll post it real quick. Let me see if he can see it if I do it.
I think it's just a mod setup you probably have. Yeah, that's it.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it in there now.
You see it now, Larry? Did Trey make the All-Star game starter?
They just got released, so we can let's stay here for a bit and chat about it.
Did he make it? You know, if he ain't make it, you know.
Trey Young did not. Oh my gosh, he done. Damian Lillard.
Them fucking Bucks, man. That's
Damian Lillard. He was what?
How he jump up that fast?
Wait a minute. No,
that
is crazy.
That shit is, bro. It's
That's
rigged,
crazy.
bro. You can't tell me that ain't rigged, bro.
Hey, come on, bro. Come on.
You can't tell me that's not rigged, man.
Nah, bro. Ain't no way.
You can't tell me that stuff ain't rigged like a bug, bro. Come on. Come on. And you know who told me that this morning?
That's
what's the homeboy on Twitter, Mikey? The kid named Reggie.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
He said he put that tweet out this morning. He said, I can't remember. He said something to the effect as he hoped Trey Young get in. And I was like, what you mean? I said, I thought Trey was number 2. He said Dame might get it. I said, how Dame gonna get him that quick? He sent me a tweet from Giannis where Giannis tweeted, hey, y'all go vote for Dame Lillard.
Yo.
Guess it worked,
What's
man.
up, Rashad? We're all gonna be
Hey,
here for like
I'm
5
watching
more
it.
minutes.
I'm watching it right now, bro. Dame wasn't first on the fan voting or the coaches voting.
What?
Trey was second on both. So there's something going on.
What?
It's rigged,
Yes.
bro. I'm telling you.
Dame wasn't first on any
That's-
of the voting
That's
ballots.
some bullshit,
I'm literally
bro.
watching it, and Kenny
That's
kind of looked. He kind of looked was like, huh? So something
Ain't fan
happened,
voting
bro.
like ain't fan
Yo,
voting like
that's
50%?
insane.
Bro, I jumped on something.
Bro.
I can't believe it. I'm looking. I'm like, so it was Halliburton and it was Trey.
That's fine.
And it
Halliburton
was
starting is
Halliburton.
fine, by the way. That's fine.
Both sides. Halliburton, Trey. Halliburton, Trey. Dame was like fifth in the fan voting.
Yeah.
What?
Brunson, right? Brunson was ahead of Dame on all the voting as well. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm literally watching it.
Bro, we got robbed, man. They
So-
did
so
trade.
Trey's
They
not gonna make the
always
All-Star
do us
game.
dirty, bro.
He's
Yo,
gonna be a reserve. He's gonna be he has to be a reserve because there's no way you can be two. You can be
Man,
number
F
two.
that, bro. Man, if I
They're
was
still,
Trey,
but Rashad, fan voting for bench players for
Oh,
reserves
you're right. You're
goes
right.
out the window.
You're right. It's coaches, right?
It's coaches and it's media. Who hates Trey Young most?
Whew,
Media.
both.
Media.
Bro, this
bro,
is
they did us
insane.
dirty, bro. That's
That
No,
is-
so it's gonna be Brunson. It's gonna be Brunson. It's gonna be Maxey. And it's
Maxey.
gonna be Donovan Mitchell.
Yup.
Bro.
There you go. You nailed it.
Are we, bro? Like, I'm lost. Like, Trey was smoking Dame almost by like 250,000 votes. Probably
I
more
don't know
than
how
that.
I've never seen this before.
That is, I never seen it either. I'm so like shocked. I'm sitting on the couch just watching it. I'm like,
I'm not
Dang.
even mad. I'm shocked.
bro, Dame. I would rather Maxey be there before Dame. Dame has
So
done
would I.
nothing.
I think it's
He's-
hilarious,
He's
man.
Oh,
had a horrible season for his standards. Horrible.
Terrible. He has done
You know-
nothing.
We always get done dirty, bro.
Bro, like I don't care about the All-Star game, but sometimes, man, you just gotta. Oh man, that sucks, man.
Like,
That really sucks,
I'm like
bro.
you, Rashad. I don't care about the All-Star game, but I don't like getting done dirty.
Hey, that's terrible, man.
Yeah.
That's terrible,
Yeah.
bro.
Bruh,
That is
I'm
terrible, man.
bruh. That's why I can't, bro.
I can't remember the last time Dame had a good game other than what.
Let me
that
tell you
first-
something.
First
If
two
I
games
was,
NBA
of the
rules,
regular
man.
if I was in that
Okay, I'm with
front
the
office right
conspiracy
now,
people.
bruh. If I was in that front office, bruh, I would be on. I would have a damn press conference.
That's
I'd be like,
The West starters just got announced. No shockers in the West. LeBron, KD, Jokic, Luka, Shea. No shockers.
yeah. You see how obvious that is? Like you
It's so obvious.
I think
So
Rashawn
obvious.
did that. Rashad, you did that.
hey man. That's
You
crazy.
did that, Rashad.
That's crazy as hell.
Rashad, you did that.
Hey man.
They would listen to you on We Talk Hawks TV, and they were like, you know what, Rashad, right? Fuck,
Nah,
yeah.
man.
That's what they
You know
did.
who did that?
That's what
Devon?
they did. That's what they did.
Linda did this.
Yeah, probably.
You and Linda did it.
Her
You and
Trey
Linda
bashing.
did this. No, you and Linda did this, Rashad.
Nah, man.
Both of y'all did.
Probably.
I'm a Trey
Yep.
guy, man. That's insane, man. That's insane, bro.
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? So we got a coach. We went back in time with the Falcons and got a coach that wasn't good enough for us 3 years ago, but now he is. Now we looking at Trey Young, who's literally number 2 in fan and player voting, but he didn't make the All-Star starters.
That's
How
crazy.
that go? Where they do that at?
I never heard of it, man.
Yo,
I wanna-
this is basically, and this is what I've been saying about Trey, and Demond been echoing
You
the
on the
same
Doogie
thing.
Dad?
Trey Young is off the list, bro. He's off the list. He's off the list of people they don't show.
Do I know them?
They don't put him in the commercials no more. You know what I'm saying? If they do, it's a quick glimpse. I'm saying, like, Trey Young is off the list. They're trying to IT Trey Young.
All right, man. What's up?
Y'all understand that, right? Y'all do understand that, right? They're trying to IT Trey
They're
Young.
trying to move it to a bigger market.
No.
They have to
They're
have
trying to IT Trey Young.
You
Mike,
don't
know
think
what
if
I'm
Trey
talking
was on the
about.
Lakers, he wouldn't be a star?
Mike, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Not the Lakers.
They're trying to IT Trey Young.
That's
I
crazy,
don't know
bro.
who Trey Young got to go and kiss the ring to. I'm telling you right now, the way this is all setting up is, it's not about Trey Young going to a bigger market or not. They are literally trying to drive Trae Young out the league. Look at it like this.
Hey Larry, you must be talking about the other Rashad. I'm not.
Yeah,
the,
he is. He
I'm
is.
talking about the other Rashad. My bad.
Yeah, my mic pretty clear, man.
All right.
My bad. My bad. Yeah, your mic is clear. That's a clear on. My bad. But
it's I don't get it. I don't.
No. I mean, there's no reason why Trae Young shouldn't have made it. I mean, think about this, guys. Trae Young didn't make it in the All-Star game in Atlanta. The COVID year. Statistically his best season.
Yep.
He didn't make it. And this year is better.
I'm gonna ask you this.
This year is better.
This is statistically his best year. So the year when he fourth year when he did make it, when it was in Atlanta, the COVID year, and now his 2 best seasons, he don't make it.
So, do you have
it's ridiculous.
And you know what the crazy part is? A lot of people were saying, I think the year when Trae was like a reserve or something, or he didn't make it, it was like, oh, his team doesn't have a winning record. And we look over to the West, the Dallas Mavericks weren't winning either, or the Indiana Pacers. So I'm like, okay, what's the next excuse? So it's something going on.
Oh, it's going to be the exact same thing.
That's crazy. That is insane, man. Especially the run that man went on. Like, he started off slow and he turned it all the way up.
Hey, I want to interrupt real quick, guys. Somebody has some background going on.
Yeah,
if you do have some background, if you can mute it, or because it's kind of interfering with the conversation right now.
Yeah, I muted it. I got you.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, this is ridiculous. I wanted to end it at talking about the game tomorrow.
No, we got to talk about this, Mikey.
Yeah, we got. I can stay on for about 5 more minutes, but yeah.
Mikey, I've never seen a player get top 2 in voting and not be an all-star. I just told Rashad that.
This is it. Fan voting is supposed to determine the all-star starters.
Yeah,
literally.
Damn. So Mikey said he's not going to make it.
75% of the vote.
It's pretty much.
I think it's 75% of the vote is the fans.
Sheesh.
So
Mikey, you think he's not going to make it at all?
No, he's not going to make it.
I think there's a chance.
He's not going to. No, he's not going to make
Damn.
it.
Yeah.
I bet money he don't make it.
That's insane.
Because the coaches are in charge of the reserves.
Damn.
Trae ain't making it, bro.
Damn.
He's not making it. He's not. You forget that.
You got what? You've got Maxey still to make it. You probably have Brunson still to make it. You probably got D. Mitch. Trae might slot in at that. Who else would make it?
Jaylen Brown.
Yep, Jaylen Brown. Yeah, he's not making it, bro. He's not.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown. Yeah.
Hey,
he's not making it.
And Trae's had a way better. Trae's had a way better season.
Way better
season.
Jaylen Brown's not even been their second best player this year. Been Puurchases. He should be an all-star before Jaylen Brown.
Porzingis actually should be an all-star.
And he should be an all-star over Jaylen Brown.
Nico, where's my slide?
Yeah, man, that's horrible.
Damn, I feel bad for the guy.
Get shafted, man.
I mean, he was killing those votes, man. He was killing those. For us to have the record that we had, he was killing those votes.
They'd rather put Jordan Poole in the All-Star game.
That's crazy.
Batty legend Jordan Poole.
That's why I didn't like that list of the potential USA team pool. I was like, why y'all put Trae Young's name on there? You know you're not gonna pick him.
Man, not picking
Don't
Trae.
Put his name on there, man. Stop disrespecting this man. Every chance they get, they keep disrespecting Trae. And this whole season, everything's getting blamed on Trae too.
But look, you see how we're talking about Trae right now? This is why a lot of fans in the Hawks Twitter sphere, around just Hawks fan in general, this is why you get labeled as a Trae Young fan and not a Hawks fan, because what we're doing now, what we're speaking about now, is constantly happening. So when somebody who wants Trae Young off this team, or somebody who doesn't think Trae Young is as good as people think he should, they're gonna think you're just a Trae fan, which is not the case.
It's
That's
not the
why
case.
so many people, I think, like me and a lot of people who speak on here right now, get accused of it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I hear you, Mikey.
Yeah.
I feel
Look, man, I
feel
want the
bad for
team to
him.
win, but that's an individual like award, and I think Trae Young deserves it this season. This is his best individual season. I can't, and the fans pretty much voted him in second best guard in the East. And Dame Lillard was fifth. You say he was voted fifth? That don't even make sense. Okay,
It makes zero sense. Who is the coach for the East? Who's number one? So it's probably going to be Joe Mazzulla. I think it's going to be Joe Mazzulla, unless the Bucks somehow overtake the Celtics before they come in, before the All-Star game. I think it would be Joe Mazzulla. But yeah, this is some ridiculous stuff.
It's getting interesting. It definitely is getting interesting right now. So, I'm just here for the ride. And like you were saying about, being a Trae Young stan and this and that, the other. Look, I'm not on the wagon of just get rid of them all of a sudden and, this, that, and the other. It's definitely a team effort at the end of it. I think some of the trade rumors are bogus, ridiculous. Some people just trade them here, I think he bought a house, whatever. I don't really get on here too often because I don't have a chance to, but I've been watching the games and everything else, and I'm always down with my team, regardless of anything. And I encourage a good critique of the team, but we got to be a little bit more realistic about our emotions when it comes to the Hawks. You got to.
Trae, Maxey, Mitchell, and Brunson were all better selections than Dame, in my opinion.
I agree.
All four of them.
If you weren't going to put in Trae, then put in Maxey. I understand that. He's having a standout year. He'll probably be most improved player of the season. That's because he's the 1-2 of Joel Embiid. So that's all I'm telling people about JJ. He'll be a candidate, but he won't win over Maxey. You know what I'm saying? So,
especially with the record.
Yeah, exactly. So I would have understood Maxey being the starter over Trae, but not.
I would have understood. I don't know if I would have understood Jalen Brunson, but I definitely would have understood Donovan Mitchell. What he's doing with that Cavs team and how many injuries they've had, it's crazy. But yeah, man. Before we got out of here, we'll do the normal outro. But Damon, Larry, Damon, you can go first. Definitely tell everybody what you got going on as far as watch parties and post games, and Larry, you can go after that as well. You're on mute.
Muted.
Wait, you're on mute.
You're
okay, there we go. You're good now. Yep.
You're good now. To the chat, man. My bad, guys. I was at work, so I had to finish up work real quick. But salute to the chat, man. Y'all know what time it is. We Talk Hawks TV. Y'all know where we gonna be at Friday, watching another miserable game.
Come on, man. We're gonna beat Luka. Come on, man.
You don't even believe that, Larry. You don't, Larry. Don't make me go get you. Don't make me go get you a Maverick Snuggie now.
Oh no! Oh no! No more bets.
But y'all, salute to everybody, man. Hey, We Talk Hawks TV. Y'all know where we at, man. Come tap in. Come hang out. We chilling. Post game live show. Watch alongs, giveaways. Y'all know what we do, man. Salute to the homeboy Larry in the building. Salute to Mikey. Salute to Ms Maggie T. Thank y'all for having let me come on the platform. Appreciate you.
Sure.
And that's all I got, Mr. Mikey.
All right, Larry, go ahead, and then we'll jump out of here.
Oh yeah, quick. Guys, I talk too much anyway, but yeah, it's a Dixon way. Me and my wife do live watch parties just like Demond. So, but we do Hawks, Braves, Falcons, Bulldogs, all that. So any sports team you want to watch, you know what I'm saying? You don't like the announcers, come on over to Dixon Way, turn down the TV, turn the Dixon Way up. You know what I'm saying? At the Dixon Way, underscores in between for the space. At the Dixon Way. Appreciate you, Mikey, as always. Sure.
And with
all right, thank you, Maggie T.
You're welcome. I wanted to say something real quick before you close out, Mikey. We are on a new network. It was on Atlanta Falcons Nation, but I decided to go ahead and move it on to Georgia Sports Nation. If you kind of tuning in right now, definitely subscribe. I love the collaboration with the other channels. Y'all are welcome to come on through. We're not doing a watch party because we try to do it before the game, so it won't interfere with that. This is going to be every Thursday, same time. But I really want to encourage more, fans watching all these channels. We got to get on board with these Hawks, get that fan base bigger, get these channels growing, get this conversation going. We need a lot more support for these Atlanta Hawks out there. So appreciate y'all, Georgia Sports Nation. And, of course, I know Mike is going to close it out, let everybody know where to find him as well.
So, all right. And you can find me on Twitter at PinWizard300. Obviously, tweeting about the Hawks, Brave season, that stuff too. But don't forget to check back in next week, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.